And you do all of this, and you turn to your friend, whose name is Jaden, looks you dead in the eyes, and says, "No, I won't hold your leg." Would you not be broken? Welcome back to the New Dwellers Podcast, episode 3. Is that right? Yeah, episode 3.
You already lost count.
The last episode, we talked about the Minecraft movie, and then the first episode was the first episode. And we talked about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So you should go watch those. But don't leave! Because we're recording this one.
Yeah.
Right now. Where you're in it. You're in the episode. You can't leave now. It's going. The timer is going. The bells are tolling. We are here!
I've never seen that out of you, ever.
And if you want to see that out of me, you gotta keep watching the video. The podcast.
All right.
So we're in it. That's how we get into the episode.
Yeah.
You just gotta get all the energy out.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is awful.
Yeah. You guys don't know this, but we've been talking for an hour already. And
yeah.
No, we haven't.
It's been an hour?
No, it hasn't.
No. Honestly, not too far off from an hour.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, but we got to get all the sillies out before the episode starts. So when we do the intro,
it's just we do banter. If you are a fellow viewer and you're interested in the stuff that we don't show you that we could. Then let us know in the comments, because we might put it somewhere for you, just for you.
Yeah.
And you can watch it, more of it. You can consume more of us until we're gone.
Yeah.
Until our bones litter the spaces between moments.
We will evaporate. You ever seen Infinity War?
Ugh. Fucking guy who has worse pickup lines.
That's not a pickup line.
But if that was a pickup line,
it would be pretty bad.
Myself.
Yeah, but it's not a pickup line.
Yeah, but you said it like a pickup line. You want to fuck the bear.
The bear is not. There's
the bear. Bad news,
guys. The bear is not here today.
Anyway, if you don't know about the bear, it doesn't matter. You go watch the other episode.
Go watch
anyway,
the other bear.
So okay, do you have any topics that you want to bring up? Because otherwise, I'm just gonna go with with Joe.
You seem like you have Joe. Joe?
He's say.
Are we thinking of the same Joe?
You know Joe?
Yeah, obviously I know Joe.
Joe Balls.
So,
do you have any topics, or can I go?
You go.
I just want you to talk for once.
All right. I'll talk about Joe. So. I've actually been upset. So I do want to talk about. I genuinely really do want to talk about Joe.
Who is Joe?
Joe Mama. I do want to talk about Joe for real though, because I've been listening.
Oh, Joe.
I've been listening to Joe.
DJO, by the way.
Joe,
actually,
yeah.
I talked about Stranger Things before the episode.
Were you really? Oh, you accidentally said Stranger Things briefly.
Well, I wasn't. Nothing I say is an accident.
So Joe Keery, if you don't know, Joe Keery from Stranger Things, he makes music and he just released a new album.
It's good.
It's
good. I love that shit. Wait, what's your favorite song?
I don't know. I really like the three that I really like are Basic.
Isn't it Busy Being Basic?
I thought it was Basic.
He says Busy Being Basic.
I don't know if he does actually, but I really like the other. What's the other one? Charlie's Garden.
Yeah.
And then
and Basic Being Basic.
Oh, it's
so
Basic
both of us were wrong.
Okay, we're just.
Anyway, he did End of the Beginning. If you're on the internet, you've heard that song.
Yeah.
Good song, but this album is great. It's called The Crux.
The other one I really like is the first one. Lonesome is a state of mind. I was learning that one on guitar earlier.
Hell yeah.
You can't see. If you're an audio listener, you definitely can't see. But there's a guitar right here.
Love you to death.
Maybe you can see. I don't know how you framed it. Either way, I was learning that song on guitar earlier. I really like the album. I even listened to all of them, like Cray Cray, But the 3 that I have been listening to are those.
Side
3.
note, turns out we may not have many audio listeners.
Yeah.
But then
It's okay.
I realized that if you're someone who is watching us on YouTube, but just not looking at the phone and like you're listening in the background,
go to Spotify.
You're technically an audio listener.
Go to Spotify right now.
No.
And listen to it there.
You can give us a rating.
Give us the view on YouTube. But also,
if I were you,
support us on Spotify.
Is that a TED?
What do you mean, is that a TED?
The voice you did.
That was... Who named Ted sounds like that?
Nivs.
Nivison? I don't think that's what he sounds like.
So, yeah. If I were you, I'd be also watching on YouTube. That's kind of where I consume podcasts these days. But, we have Spotify if you're on the road with your dad and you want to turn us on. You can turn us on for your dad.
Yeah.
Sure. It might cause him to crash, but actually, Dad, if you're listening to this in driving the car, close your eyes. And thank you for listening. So yeah, Joe is great.
Oh yeah, I want to go back to talking about Joe real quick because I realized if I had a nickel for every time I liked, I really liked music from a guy who is most famous for being in a Netflix series, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's funny that happened twice.
I thought you were gonna say a popular Minecraft YouTuber.
I was talking about
because that would be funny.
I'm talking about Joe, and then also
you'd have a nickel for that one at least.
No, I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about Dylan Minnette from Wallows, and he's also in 13 Reasons Why. I think that's his most popular acting thing. But yeah. Good morning. Did I bore you?
Fuck, it's morning already. Jesus, I have shit to do. I have people to love. Okay, so yeah. Basically,
so
whatever.
We did talk about Joe.
Joe's great. You know what? Fine. If we're doing a music segment at the beginning, and I gotta say, there's a new album by artist called Quickly. It's so funny. I opened Spotify and I have the song from the album open because I've been listening to it almost 100 times, almost all in a row. I don't know why. It just happened to be a good album to listen to while doing work. But holy shit, it is so good. The artist that I really like, Quadeka, also recommended this and is I was interested in listening to it already, but he recommended it. Okay. And this is album of the year for me so far. I expect that to change, but this is pretty great. I got the LP for it, the record, because it's actually pretty. It's nice, the cover and the treatment they do the record. It looks it is cool.
Yeah.
So I got that, and it's coming for me, and will be coming for you in this episode. I don't know. I'm doing segues into nothing because it's just still the episode. Yeah. Anyway, quickly. I heard that noise. Go listen to that. Quadeka put out new song Monday. Vanisher soon. Go listen to that. Go listen to Joe. I keep saying Joe. It's just Joe.
It's just Joe.
But I want to say it cool because it sounds like French.
Because there's a D.
Go stream Jaden's music. Rate him lowly. Can you rate music?
Can you rate music?
Not on Spotify. That'd be funny if music really had comment sections.
Oh my god!
It's this dude can't stop talking about time. Dumbass hope.
No, my next thing is not about time. It's good.
It's good. We talked about this already.
Yeah. We talked about it last episode.
Anyway. Okay. So. Okay. Let's do a fun topic before we get into what I want to talk about.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see. Oh, okay. So so we have a friend, right? Great friend, Adelia.
Yes.
That's not Adelia.
I thought you were gonna say Koi. To be
I know.
honest.
But I don't have.
I'm worried about what you're about to say.
I don't
have
have
no
stuff
idea.
to talk about with Koi.
Okay.
And so Jaden's friends with Adelia, right?
Okay.
They're like good friends, and viewers at home, like, you know, if you have a friend, like you would do things for them, right? You would be nice, a nice person. You don't want to botch.
Let me just
that
pause.
Friendship.
Let me just pause this real quick. Where you think this is going, what Ian's about to say is just not even like, you don't know where this is about to go.
You wouldn't want to botch that friendship. And so when your friend asks you to do something so integral to the way that they live as a human being.
It's not okay.
Something that
I'll let you do your spiel.
It's just like, you know, if it's expressing this utmost sincerity, like revealing a part of yourself that people don't normally see. Like you're becoming vulnerable with this person because of your close friendship. And you do all of this and you turn to your friend, and your friend, whose name is Jaden, looks you dead in the eyes and says, "No, I won't hold your leg." Would you not like be broken? And so I don't know if you saw the picture, but today I did what one man
I did see the picture
would not do, which is hold Adelia's leg, and I did it.
I don't understand
because Adelia needed me, and when Adelia needed me, I was there. And you know who wasn't there? The guy in that picture over there, who is also here. Okay, now you can defend yourself or whatever.
I don't understand this. So what Ian went on a whole tangent about, that was essentially, if you will. Yeah, it was like poetic almost what you just you went on a whole spiel. But I was hanging out with Adelia one time, who like I said, Adelia is one of our friends. And she was like, "Jaden, hold my leg," and I was like, what?
Simple request, if you will.
I was like, I don't. Like, why? Well, I don't
know what's crazy is Jaden says so much, and most of it makes no sense. And so to hear Jaden, will you hold my leg? Something that is honestly exactly how it sounds. It's pretty like
say so much. You just went on were talking for like a full minute about like the concept of friendship.
But what I said made sense. You say like scrunch fuckers and fuddruckers. and I'm like, what does that even mean? And then you don't elaborate.
I don't say that. That's something you always say.
You know what that's from. I don't.
No, I think it's the opposite.
My neighbors think I'm selling crows. Anyway, I was just like, I was so offended when I heard that. And I was like, Adelia, I'm just sorry. You know, it's just not something you want to hear. So, you know, this might be the last podcast episode.
What?
And if it is, then the next one will be with Adelia and Queso.
You know, okay, can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
So Adelia, so we have this dream idea for this podcast.
Not that guy. Don't think
we have this like, we have our hopes and dreams for this podcast. There's this one specific episode that we really would love to have. We want two specific guests on at the same time.
It doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't.
Which is funny, because who created this idea?
I think it was both of us.
Jaden.
I don't think it was fully me.
Usually famously doesn't make sense. Jaden. Okay, so just think about that.
The idea is the episode would have Adelia, who we just introduced you to, not even like formally.
Basically, you still don't even everything know about Adelia.
You still don't really know who Adelia is as the audience, unless you do.
Pure of heart.
As a general audience, you don't really know who Adelia is based on what we've told you. Just that she's our friend, and that I wouldn't hold her leg, and that Ian would.
The viewers are on my side.
Like there would need to be a reason for me to hold her leg. Okay, regardless, our dream podcast, we would have Adelia as a guest, and then also Queso, who very popular streamer
Not
right
the
now.
cheese.
Yeah, very popular streamer right now.
Well, I wouldn't say he's as popular anymore, but he is.
He's still like
he's still decently popular.
He's popped off, and he's still popping off. I think.
Right,
but their dynamic, it would be electric.
I don't think it would.
I don't
be
think
like,
it would be. It wouldn't be like particularly notable.
I haven't even seen Queso be on podcasts, so it's hard for me to even say.
The idea is like not even particularly notable, but it's become so much of a bit to us.
We just
that,
say
like,
Queso
if it needs to happen, if we could get it to happen, that would be.
It's not gonna happen.
That would be amazing.
It's not gonna happen for so many reasons.
It would. There would be no reason. Anyways.
You know what might be the best reason? Is we go up to Adelia and we say, "Hey, Adelia, let's film this podcast with Queso," and Adelia's like, "Who?"
No, I think it'd be funny if we don't even tell Adelia that. We're like, Adelia, do you want to be on the podcast? And then, but we also secretly have Queso ready.
We can't do that. You can't surprise someone with a guest.
Well, we surprised Adelia with Queso, and then she was like, "Who is that guy?"
Yeah, that's even worse. Can I just say, on the yard, Slime is like the guy who doesn't know anyone. And so usually they bring people on and he's like, I don't know you, man. If you guys know Dropout, Zach Oyama was on the podcast without Ludwig. And that was actually a great podcast. That whole bit, oh my God. Mm-hmm. But he didn't know who Zach was, which you probably don't.
I don't.
But you've seen him and you've laughed at his jokes because he's funny.
Zach, does he have hair, like orange hair?
So,
I don't know who Zach is.
He's a white guy.
Yeah.
With black hair.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know him. If I showed you a picture, you'd be like, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, Zach's pretty... Actually, that's a bad example now that I'm thinking about it. He didn't really know who Mr. Beast was. Or at least hadn't watched a Mr. Beast video. And anyway, he just never knows the people on the podcast. And so... it can work.
Yeah.
But it's just that Adelia, I don't think would really be engaged in conversation. Like it's less about does she know who Adelia or who Queso is. Yeah. And it's more about like they wouldn't like have shit to talk about. Unless Adelia is really into Dress to Impress, but I don't think so.
Adelia, speaking of Adelia, I want to talk about okay, so she this whole like holding her leg bit has been going on for like about a few weeks maybe, but it came to a point where like when you found out about it like last week, she cried. She drew like a picture.
Editor.
She drew a lot like she drew a picture of, it was like a comic almost, like one panel comic of just, she's like, Jaden, hold my leg, and I'm like, no, and then she's like, why not? I'm like, no. And then it was really awesome.
Adelia was sobbing while making that.
No, she was not sobbing. But I love the drawing. Ian cropped it and is now using me saying no with like a like just as a reaction picture. And so I love that. Anyways,
dude, I'm just thinking about the one bit that we had where it's like oh, are there people at the function? And it's like, yo, there's so many people. And then you go there, it's like one non-binary person.
What was that sentence? What did I say that like? I don't remember.
I don't remember, man. We were playing Fortnite. I don't think I recorded that part, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe it did. Maybe I can look back.
We have so much footage of us playing Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I feel like if you're like the kind of person who plays games and like maybe records your friends from time to time, you probably have a lot of footage. But I have a lot of footage, and the problem is like we have a fucking group channel, so it's like under the conception that like there should be videos there someday.
Yeah, you have like a year's footage
more.
No, there's no.
I will say a bunch of it has been like corrupted in some way. Oh. So like some just don't have audio. I think like we were playing Minecraft, which you forgot that we had a Minecraft server, which is crazy because you played on that like every day
with that axolotl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't have as much footage as I think I do, but I still have enough to make it like at least a couple videos.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that. And honestly, I'm gonna be so busy over the fucking summer, but I will try and make time to make at least one video. If not more.
Audio listeners.
But it's just because like I like those kind of chill. Oh, audio listeners, Jaden kissed the floor.
No.
Because he was like, finally. Anyway, I like those kind of videos where it's just kind of more chill gaming stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Manhunt video, because it's more of like a chill sort of thing.
Yeah.
Even though that was a lot highly edited. Actually, that's a good segue to talking about that for a second. Because we didn't talk much about it because it was forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to just talk about how I was editing that video for 3 months.
Yeah.
And at certain points I'd come on the VC and
oh, you show us like a cut of it.
Well, I'd edit. I'd show you cuts, but I'd also edit while I was there.
Edit live, yeah.
Which is crazy because that just shows how fucking I was working on it.
Yeah.
There was, I think why I like doing that is because it was like getting some executive producers on the job.
Yeah,
and there's some things we concocted.
Oh my! I know exactly where you're going with this. I know exactly.
Do you want to tell the story then?
Is it the Dylan one?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ian joined the VC one time, and they were like, "I'm editing the video. This is the new cut." And there's this one part where Dylan, who if you don't know, is one of the basement dwellers, and they're tall, British, and at the time had pink hair. I don't think Dylan has pink hair anymore right now.
It's half pink, half blue.
Yeah. So.
Which is just normal for British people.
Yeah, obviously. And so Dylan does this insane screech.
Right, yeah.
There's this screech in the middle of the video.
Yeah.
And then what did you have it originally? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
There was like...
Yeah, I don't remember.
You know what's having trouble like working that screech into the video as in a funny way?
I might have just made it like echo or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ian just made an echo, and I was like, would it be funny if it crossfades to a picture of Dylan in a was it Dylan? Yeah, it was a picture of Dylan in a separate location. It was like in the basement, in the actual basement.
It's just a picture of Dylan.
Funny enough, I think that picture of Dylan in the basement is like the only time in this channel thus far that there's been anyone in the basement.
Like a picture of someone in the basement.
Yeah, a picture of that basement.
Yeah.
Of the basement. That's why we're called the basement dwellers.
In the first video, I put clips of
we have shorts. We have shorts where yeah. I don't know if we're in the basement in any of those shorts.
There's a short on my channel, which is Where's Jaden?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Where that one was in
That's all in the basement.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so that's actually kind of funny that the only time the basement from the basement dwellers is shown is that one picture. But Dylan screeches, and then we crossfade into that picture. And what are they doing in that picture?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think the point is that it was pretty close to the beginning of the video, but like everything is very fast paced, highly edited, like quickie.
And then I was like, wouldn't it be funny if it just
it screeches to a halt? It's just Dylan, and it makes this sound, and then it echoes out, and then it slowly fades in this picture of Dylan. And then after that, it just goes back to the video like normal. And there is literally not a single bit in the rest of the video like it.
So we were laughing about that for so long. And it's like not like if you like as a general audience like viewer just watch the video, like it's not that, I don't think it's that funny. But it was funny to us.
It was funny to us.
Like, why would you edit that?
I think there is a certain type of person who will really love that bit.
Yeah.
It's just the idea that it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense. This is how I felt watching.
Echo it's the echo that fades into it too. That's so funny.
This is how I felt watching a Megalopolis.
Oh my god.
Megalopolis.
Can
Because
we talk about that too?
there's
oh my
just
god.
like, it's just the same idea. Like, you don't understand why a decision was
Yeah.
made.
Yeah.
And that kind of just, it makes you insane, but it also makes it funny. Because you're just trying to understand, like, why would you even do that? But it's just like, I guess it's kind of funny, but also drives you crazy. Anyway, I wanted to mention that because it's, gosh. Hey, that's why I like editing. Like sometimes you just get some. It's in my mind, it's a little like improv where you just like or more maybe more like streaming where there's just like a moment that happens that's like you can't really like plan it, and it just happened. It's like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like I wish to like capture that. But yeah.
My mind was stuck on Megalopolis. I want to talk about Megalopolis.
You can talk about Megalopolis.
So Megalopolis, was this movie came out last year. It was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, who directed the Godfather movies, which look, I'm a film student, but I'm not like that kind of film student. I don't care for those movies.
He's not like the other girls.
I'm not like the other girls. I don't care for those movies. I'm not like, oh, he's the best. The fucking Martin Scorsese is the best. I
will say you are not. What did I say to you one time? I said you're not good at belonging,
which is kind of fucked up to say, but they're right. They're
because Jaden
right
is
for the
like
most part.
Jaden is a theater kid. Like I would say, like you can't say you're not.
I can't say I'm not because I was literally on tour.
But
have we ever mentioned that?
Well, we can get to that.
We can get into that later.
But I just like I was asking Jaden about like, have you ever seen like the certain musicals that are like pretty like famous musicals? And it's just no, I haven't watched them. It's like you're not cultured enough. Like you have to like belong in these communities better.
Yeah, like I know a little bit of everything, but not like a lot of one thing.
But have you watched Godfather?
No, actually, maybe I have like once, but I didn't care. I was like not even paying attention.
I think it's okay. I think you should give at least the first one the good old college try.
I should.
Which I don't know what that comes from either.
But
but it's fine. Like I don't think it's it's more just like watching the things.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's things you would like that you haven't seen for some reason.
Okay. Getting back to the original point.
But Megalopolis is not.
So okay. Godfather director Francis Ford Coppola made Megalopolis, and I actually do like this movie, but not for the reason that was probably intended.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I like it.
This movie feels like a parody of itself. It's like,
God, that's such a fucking video essay, like New York Times article, like phrase.
No, but it is. It's like it's so funny for all the wrong reasons that it like there's like humor in this movie, but not intended. Like there are so many like
actually I would say I would say none of the moments that are funny are intended. I think it's all unintended. Like you're laughing at the idea of the movie. Like the idea is presented. Like you're not. Yeah.
Now let me talk about the movie, like what happens in the movie, because I think we're just talking because we've just been like vaguely talking about like how it's funny and now it's like okay, but so there's this guy played by Adam Driver. I don't even remember his name. What was his name? He had like Caesar, right?
Because it's supposed to be a kind of Roman.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you mixed New York and
it's called like New Rome or some shit.
It's called like New Rome or something. And it's been a while since we watched this movie, but the time period is kind of vague.
Yeah,
it takes place in this alternate universe where like Rome has conquered New York. I guess I don't know.
No, it's more of like a merging of New York and it's like an alternate. I know it's fucking weird.
And I just remember Aubrey Plaza's in it, and she's amazing. Look, I love Aubrey Plaza.
What's her name?
Auntie Wow. She plays a character named Auntie Wow. And there's this.
I don't know if we can talk about this scene.
All right, we'll get to that later because that's a later on scene. but they're in the beginning of the movie.
It's just be like
oh yeah, also
in
Caesar
general.
Caesar can like sometimes stop time. She can sometimes stop time, and then sometimes other people
The CGI,
don't.
by the way, in this movie is
It's
god awful.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
It's
We
bad.
have progressed so far as humans, and this made me feel like I was going back to stones and sticks.
So they have this material called megalon, right? And it
Which,
like
can I just draw a reference to unobtainium from Avatar?
Yeah. It's called megalon,
Oh my
and
goodness.
and it like fixes your face sometimes, and also some and, like also
Right.
sometimes dogs' legs, or like what was it mainly used for? Oh yeah, so you ever been at an airport and you know those escalators that are just sideways and it just goes flat and it goes like and it takes you from one end of the hall to the other.
Yeah.
That's what megalon can do.
Right.
That's it.
There's a big scene at the end of the movie
Where they finally
where
do it.
It's like this new envisioned world that Caesar had.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to look like cool and like futuristic, and it just looks like
It
stupid.
just looked like an escalator.
No, because there's these weird houses too, but like the big thing is like the escalator. It's like, dude, we can get someplace now. It's like we could do that before.
Yeah. Also, there's this one scene where Caesar goes on a bender. He like he gets really
He goes
high
on a
and
bender,
drunk.
and I'm not talking
And
regular show.
It's at a wedding. And let me tell you about this wedding ceremony because they need to watch this virgin dance, but she's not a virgin, but she's also really young.
And there's also like
Caesar was caught with her.
5 of her.
Yeah, there's also 5 of her at one point, and Caesar was caught sleeping with her at one point, but it was actually a deep fake. And they solved that like right away. And then on top of that, she was of age, I think, in the movie, so it didn't even matter.
We talk about this movie.
It sounds.
Can you understand? I saw this with my father, my beloved father.
Wait, no, you saw it at the SV Theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I saw it with my father, and I came out of the movie theater feeling like insane. Like I was already insane, and it was like a normal theater and everything. Like if I was in a white room, I would genuinely probably kill myself.
Okay. So the way I
Which
just
you
described
should
the
not
movie,
do ever.
yeah,
Suicide.
I agree. Don't do that. So the movie, the way I just described it was like kind of insane and out there, and like you probably got lost a little bit. You watching this movie, you were lost. I described it pretty perfectly, I think.
Because I think the problem is it doesn't make sense.
Oh, there's also a part of the movie. I don't know how they do this in the digital version, but in theaters, the screen gets small.
I had this happen.
Yeah, the screen gets small for a little bit, and in my show, well, actually, in Ian's showing, tell them about your showing.
So in basically, you probably saw this on the internet, and you may have forgotten about it, but when this film was being shown, there would be a person. And so at a certain time, Adam Driver is getting like questioned, like interviewed, and the screen shrinks. And I found out it shrinks so that Adam Driver could look at a person
in real life.
They pay to come to the theater in real life. They have a spotlight on him and everything. Stands up and asks him questions, which, by the way, this guy in our theater, I'm pretty sure, didn't have a microphone, so we couldn't even hear him. But you could just tell that Francis Ford Coppola thought this was like revolutionary, and it just didn't make any sense.
So that was Ian's showing. In my showing, there was no guy. The screen gets small for a second.
He was getting Uber Eats, man.
The screen gets small for a second, and then Adam Driver talks to no one.
You should have went up.
I didn't know that a guy comes out. I went in blindly. I didn't know that a guy was supposed to come out. So he was just talking to no one, and I was lost. I was already lost in the movie. I was like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. And then, okay, so I think after that, there's the Auntie Wow scene, which Shia LaBeouf is in this. I don't know what he's doing really in the. Well, I don't know what he's doing.
I forgot he was in it.
I don't know how you could forget with that Auntie Wow scene. So his aunt's name is
To be
Auntie
fair,
Wow.
that scene is in silhouette, so you don't even see that it's Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. Oh my God! You know what I just remembered?
What?
At the end of the movie, there's this grandpa guy. I didn't even say that.
Let's just finish the Auntie
Wow.
Wow scene is a sex scene.
Oh yeah,
and it's just so funny because first of all, her name is Auntie Wow, and he's just
her name is Wow Platinum.
Wow Platinum.
Yeah.
But
he calls her Auntie Wow because she's
like, yeah, call me Auntie Wow, and then he's like, Auntie Wow, and it just goes on for so long.
She's like, yeah, I'm your aunt. Yeah.
Which is just like, first of all, like, I wouldn't say that incest is cool. Call me crazy.
Okay, so that whole thing happens,
and then at the end, there's the grandpa guy.
There's this grandpa guy who she's married to Auntie Wow. Auntie Wow is married to this grandpa guy, and the grandpa guy's son is Shia LaBeouf's character. And that's why he calls her Auntie Wow. Oh wait, no. That would make him her son. I don't know how this works. I lost track of. I watched this movie so long ago. Your career is running low. So basically, at the end, this old guy, he's in bed, and then Auntie Wow Platinum, she walks in with Shia LaBeouf's character, I think, and then he's like, "Look at this boner I got." Check out this boner, and he has one.
He says it exactly. That's the exact line.
Like it's like I think it's verbatim. Check out my boner, like or something like that. And he there's like you just see the bed sheet, and then there's just like a hump under.
Yeah,
like, he's got a boner, but it's not a boner. But it's not a boner. Plot twist. It's not a. I don't know why they thought that was that. Like that's a little jarring, even for this movie. It was just jarring in the scene. As crazy as the movie is. But it wasn't a boner. He pulls out like a crossbow, a small small crossbow.
He pulls out a Cupid's bow.
Oh yeah, it's like a small ass bow.
It's exactly what you think. I think it had a heart on the end or something.
No way. I don't remember. Okay, it was definitely like gold almost. Because the whole movie, the whole color palette for the movie was pretty gold. And like he kills one of them.
He kills her.
He kills
I think
her.
He shoots her like multiple times.
I don't remember. But
it's just anyway,
I don't know.
I don't recommend you watch that film unless
you're watching with friends.
Yes, and if you do record it, because then we should still do a rewatch of that.
It's a good time. That movie is a good time with friends. It will make you go insane if you watch it alone.
Okay, speaking of movies, let's get this out of the way. We're excited for the new Superman movie.
Oh my God. Okay. Look, can I go crazy for a second?
Sure.
Okay. So last year, my most anticipated movie was Deadpool and Wolverine. And Ian knows how crazy. What?
Good thing.
Oh. What?
It's for Deadpool Wolverine.
This is not from Deadpool Wolverine.
Where's that from?
This is just a best friends necklace.
Didn't they have something
they did
very
have
similar?
Something similar to that, but this is not from Deadpool.
Oh.
But Deadpool Wolverine was my most anticipated movie of the year last year, and I went in. Ian knows how crazy I went for that movie. I learned the bye dance, everything. I love it. I love it. I got my little dog pool right here. I love that movie. It's an amazing movie. I love it. Okay. Superman, is like my like in terms of DC, he's my favorite superhero. He's my guy. He's my guy. I am more it's already the most anticipated movie for me this year. I'm more excited about Superman than I am about Deadpool. That I was about Deadpool Wolverine. So I'm gonna go like I'm not as crazy. Like I haven't been as vocal about. I feel like I've been pretty vocal about it with you.
Yeah.
But like, as soon as like that movie hits, I'm going crazy.
I have to see it in theaters.
It comes out the same month as like a week away from Fantastic Four: First Steps, which I already know that one's going to be amazing too.
I'm excited.
That one's going to be amazing.
I am less sure about that being good.
Yeah, I hope it is good.
But yeah.
because if it's not, then Marvel is never touching Fantastic Four ever again. But it does look genuinely really good based on the trailers.
Yeah.
And then also Thunderbolts is coming out tomorrow, I think,
I
right?
was gonna mention that too.
And I'm watching that sometime this weekend,
I had
possibly twice.
there's a guy giving a presentation in class today,
Yeah,
which is the final project, and he did it about Fantastic Four.
yeah. Oh my god, I'm so excited for. I'm excited for. This is a good year for superhero movies.
I also kind of fuck with DC. Like I don't really fuck with Marvel, but I do like DC stuff. You know, I like the Dark Knight. You know, the classic Dark Knight by what's his name? Who directed that?
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, those I like.
Yeah,
I like the new Batman, the new one,
Robert
the
Pattinson.
Batman.
Yeah, Matt Reeves.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the. I was actually just rewatching it recently. I'm excited for the sequel for that. You don't know that.
Yeah, because you sent me a picture of. What's his name?
Bert, or not Bert?
Irving B.
Irving. Yeah.
I forgot his name. I know his name. He was in the Transformers movies too. That's how I. Found out about him.
Also, there's the Lego movies, Lego Batman movie.
Oh yeah.
Also good. I guess I do like Batman. I guess.
Yeah.
But I also like Superman, and actually no, I do, because I also grew up watching Batman Beyond. Yeah, and like another Batman series. I think I also kind of watched some of the original Batman, like the weird ass guy with the tights.
Oh, Michael Keaton one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're talking about Adam West, like the original version.
I think the original, whatever the original was.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think I've actually watched the Michael Keaton one.
Okay.
That also small tangent.
Yeah. I
do want to watch the Flash movie with you.
Oh my god,
I think it would be funny.
It is kind of insane.
Because I remember seeing a clip of he puts a baby in a microwave.
He does do that, yeah.
And the VFX
and he's so happy
bad.
when he's doing it too.
And also, Ezra Miller's a terrible person, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you watch this trailer, I'm a trailer guy. If you watch this trailer for the Superman movie, it looks good.
It does look really good.
Sometimes trailers can be disappointing, but I've seen 2 already, and it looks good. Mm-hmm. I like the direction of it, the art direction, whatever. So I'm excited for it. I'm really gonna watch it
because like a lot of people on the internet associate the song Starman with Superman. I hope that, and James Gunn is known for using like really good, like he has really good soundtracks in his movies. I hope Starman is in that movie.
Fuck. Sorry. That's also why I'm excited for it, because James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy, which is like my favorite Marvel thing ever, I think. Like it's my favorite series. And if you do not know, the original Volume 1 soundtrack for Guardians of the Galaxy is like one of the best selling records of all time. Just because it's a really good selection of music.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of classics, you know, it's kind of in that sort of era. So, I mean, this is definitely different, but I am excited. I mean, if he puts a Wallow song in there, I'm pretty sure he's not doing like 2 backflips.
If he's not putting a Wallow song in there, I feel like that would be random. But if he ever makes a movie with a Wallow song, I'm going crazy for that scene.
If I make a movie and I can put Wallow in there, I'll do it.
But no, I really hope he puts Starman in the movie. I think he said he wouldn't at some point, but I don't believe him.
Maybe the only thing I think is maybe it's too like on the nose.
It might be too on the nose, but I don't think anyone would be mad.
I trust him.
I don't think anyone would be mad.
I kind of realized that's why I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Like the trailers look good, but I'm excited because it's
James Gunn. Yeah.
And also, what a good name. Like I want a James Gunn.
That's a good name for sure. What was it?
Every.
Oh, I was just thinking. Wait, go.
No, go.
I was just thinking about Thunderbolts as well, because that's coming out literally tomorrow. I'm really excited for that. I've heard have you heard about the reviews for Thunderbolts? What do you do?
See the shape?
Okay. Have you heard about the reviews for Thunderbolts?
No.
It's really like it got like 90. It started with like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it went down to like 89. But still, like that, it looked. It already. I already knew kind of that it was going to be really like unexpectedly good.
Letterboxd?
I don't know, but yeah, you can check I already knew it was kind of gonna be like unexpectedly good. Like no one was like really cared about it, but like the trailers made it look like super like out of nowhere, like really good. And I mean look at the actors that are in it. Like you got David Harbour, Florence Pugh,
Wait, is
Sebastian
this a
Stan.
Marvel?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
Oh, right, because there's Boy Man in there.
Yeah.
It has a 3.8 on Letterboxd, which is pretty hard to get.
Really?
Yeah.
Do people who use Letterboxd even like movies?
No, they're just very critical.
I like what I feel like the average Letterboxd score is low.
I will say
it's lower than it should be.
The score for it is always lower than it should be. But like the score for the Minecraft movie is like a 2.7, which is not great.
Yeah.
But
that's wrong.
But that's like I feel like that's not like I saw that and I watched the movie and I liked it. So it's mostly just like I feel like it has more of a film snob leaning
for sure.
than
For
like
sure.
a general people leaning.
I don't even have a Letterboxd.
But I like Letterboxd because it's I can first of all I follow people on there like basically YouTubers.
Yeah.
And so I like to see what they're watching. But also just because I like to keep track of all the films and like when I rewatch stuff. And like I have such a long list of things I have to watch.
Yeah.
And you know what? I have done a couple articles. I posted some articles on Medium of like movie reviews and analysis stuff. So I do like doing that. I actually have a couple video essays I've been meaning to do. I like doing that stuff, but
I would have liked to use Letterboxd if I was like way younger, like because then I would have been able to track all of like the movies that I watched up to this point.
That's the thing, is like I've done that.
I only found out
you can just go back.
Yeah, I know you can go back, but it's not the same. I won't have the same. I don't know.
You won't know how you really felt about it.
Yeah.
But you at least say you watched it.
Yeah, I guess. But I only found out about Letterboxd like maybe like my senior year of high school, or maybe a little bit earlier. Actually, that's a lie. I think sometime.
I found out way more recently.
I found it like sometime in high school, but like I didn't like care for it, and then when I kind of grew in size, I guess I was like, well, I already like watched all my favorite movies. I already watched my favorite I don't know how to describe. Either way,
I don't fucking know. Fuck you, cause
I like what I do is, you know what I do is every year I go in my notes app and I rank the movies that came out that year that I watched, and that is enough for me. I don't need.
I did
the public eye.
I did something like this.
Knowing what I watched. Not that it's anything.
2 years ago.
Don't care.
I did a list of my favorite things of the year. And I recorded a video and I never finished it.
Your favorite just generally things
of the year. So like albums, TV shows, movies, animation, and then I think I had like a miscellaneous like other category. I think those were all like categories.
Was it 2023?
Games. There was another. 2023.
I already know what was on that list.
What, do you read it?
No, I just know.
For me?
Just based off of the year, I can tell what's on that list.
But no.
Spider-Verse was on that list.
Yeah, but there's like way more stuff.
I know there's way more things.
Like music, you have no fucking clue for me for music for that year.
Daniel Pemberton.
That is on there, but it's not. Anyway.
Yeah.
I liked doing that. It's just, I wish that I could have shown that to the world. That was kind of the whole point. And I didn't finish it in time, so whatever. But I still think it's good. I like Letterboxd, and I have a similar one for TV shows. I have anime lists for... Wait, actually, yeah, I think it's called anime list or something for anime. I think that's it. But I just like keeping track of that shit, because I won't remember.
Yeah.
And then I can say, oh, I did watch that. Anyway, we're about almost an hour in. I think I want to quickly talk about my life.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
So
go for it. This is so cool.
So first of all, about let me see. What with the break that we had, the what was it, March?
What, spring break?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was the beginning of March.
Like the
First week of
the
March.
week break in school. The when we had a week long break in school, not over the summer. Yeah, it was spring break.
This spring. This year.
I don't know seasons.
You're talking about this year?
Yes.
Yes, spring break. Spring break. We had a week long break. Yes,
spring.
It was the beginning of March, first week of March, pretty much.
In spring break.
Yeah,
I went to LA. And I did a lot of
yes.
things, and we talked about it a little bit because I saw the Charlie Slimesicle in the flesh.
We talked about
in the
first
goopy,
episode.
Goopy flesh. But I did more than just see Charlie Slimesicle. In fact, contrary to popular belief, I did not actually go to LA to see Charlie. I did not go there for a week, just walking around.
Popular belief? Who is believing that? Who is like? Who is like? I know Ian only went there for Charlie Slimesicle. A lot of people are saying this.
Audio listeners, I was wringing Jaden's neck. Anyway, I went there because SVA has a program that takes kids to LA. Actually, you have to fly there yourself. They don't pay for that.
Yeah.
But they take you around LA and you go to different animation studios. And it's really cool. And at the time, I was in illustration, but I was really interested in animation. And turns out I was one of the few. There was only, I think, one other person in illustration, and they made that the sleep deprived print.
Oh yeah. Well, we should
Jordan
on the wall. Audio listeners and video listeners, because you can't even see it. But I on my wall, I have a print of sleep deprived.
By Jordan,
people.
I'll put it on the screen. Go follow them, commission them. Give them money, just like for really nothing, really, because they'd like that. Anyway, I went there. Whatever. I was one of the few illustration students there. Animation studios, Titmouse, DreamWorks, Disney feature-length film animation, Disney TVA. They do the television productions. They did Owl House there, and those walls. They did Gravity Falls. They did Gravity Falls. Anyway,
he pointed directly off screen, off screen.
There is a Mabel or something somewhere here.
There's a Dipper. Under there. Yeah.
Hardly know her. Anyway, there's some other shoes we went to. But anyway, great trip. The last day, I don't even know if I really fully told you this story.
What?
The last day, we went to Sony Pictures. So we first went to Sony Pictures Animation, which we were just talking about, Spider-Verse. So I was literally like in the place where they made Spider-Verse, which is so fucking sick.
Yeah.
It's honestly this sort of thing where my life has been so busy after that break that some of this hasn't sunken in. But like the fact that I was there is just like crazy to me. Oh my God. And there's some NDA stuff that I can't say.
Yeah.
That I saw, but it was still fantastic to be there.
Wait,
and
say that again.
It's not even like really related. I guess because Spider-Man is Marvel.
No, I just wanted to do the fantastic. I just heard you say every time I've been hearing fantastic.
Do you
recently,
think they're gonna have that in the movie?
If they, dude, I had an idea. This is a tangent. Just pause real quick for a tangent because Ian's getting into some really cool stuff. But the Fantastic Four meme, that's like, say that again when he says fantastic. There's this one.
I should rewatch that before I watch.
I have an idea for what do you need to rewatch?
The Fantastic original movie before I rewatch the new one.
Oh, the one, the original one?
Yeah, whatever that one is from. Whatever that one is.
That's not the original one. There was more before that.
Well, whatever.
Okay. Anyways. I have an idea for them to work in the title.
Okay.
Because Vanessa Kirby's character, Susan Storm, the Invisible One, she is pregnant in the movie. She's gonna have a baby.
Yes.
So the Thing, he has to be like, oh my gosh, look, he's look at him go. Look at little baby Franklin Richards. He's going. Man, it's so fit, dude. Hey, wait. What was the line? Man, he's doing pretty fantastic for his 4 steps. For his.
I thought you're gonna say he's fantastic on all 4s or something.
He's fantastic for first step. He's fantastic for first steps.
I think it would be.
He's doing fantastic for first steps.
Yeah, you're going crazy
because it's called Fantastic Four First Steps.
I think it'd be funny if they someone's they do reference the "say that again" bit, but then they're just like, no, that's fucking stupid or something.
He's doing fantastic for first steps, and then Reed says, "Say that again,"
and then someone pulls out a gun and shoots them to death because that's.
But they miss because he's stretchy.
Oh right,
he's a gummy guy.
Wait, there's like One Piece reference. Yeah. There's fire. There's invisible. There's Thing, and there's
the Human Torch, the Invisible Woman, the Thing, and Mr. Fantastic.
What does he do?
He stretches.
He's stretchy.
Yeah.
And then there's also Silver
Surfer.
And then there's Galactus, yeah. Galacticus.
Yeah, Galactus is in it.
Galactitties.
And then potentially I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up, but RDJ's Doctor Doom. Like it makes he's like known to be a Fantastic Four villain, and like Doomsday is the next Marvel movie.
Yeah,
it'd be not surprising if he shows up in like an end credit scene or something.
End credit scene, probably.
Yeah.
God damn it, that fucking stinks.
Anyway, you were talking about your time in LA.
I kind of forgot what I was talking about.
No, Spider-Verse.
Oh right, yeah. So we were at Sony Pictures and we wrapped up, and I forget. I'm sorry. I wish I have to email people over the summer.
Yeah.
But I wanted to email him, this person that we met with, because he's an SBA alum, and he's directing a film called GOAT, which I can say because it's been announced. Mm-hmm. And it's like a basketball film, and I got to see some stuff for it.
I think it's with Steph Curry, right?
Steph Curry, yeah. But he's the director of it. I just forget his name, but. It was so cool. We walked around the offices. We met some nice people working on some things. Met someone working on K-pop Demon Hunters, which is coming to Netflix soon-ish. And got to see some concept art for that. And some other things that I can't say.
Yeah.
But it was just super nice to hear from them and everything. But I came out of that, like we were walking out of the doors. Oh, by the way, also they had like big like kind of like picture, like the things that like they put like a picture of a thing so you can take a picture next to it, but it's like a cutout.
Yeah.
But they had one for Spider-Punk and Patrice.
Oh, that's so
yeah, but we didn't get to take pictures there, sadly. I think I took pictures of that, but I think I can share that actually if I have them. But anyway, that's tangent. I kind of came out of there and it was like, fuck. Like, because it was just so cool. Because also, I just really like Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You know, like we were at a lot of cool places, but I think that hit to me hard because there's like this is like the like thing that I really like. I was like, fuck. But I want to change my major again. That's literally what I said. And so a little Ian lore for you. I have been doing graphic design for like 6 years. And I came to SBA for graphic design, but then I was like, wait, drawing's kind of cool. Because I was always afraid of drawing. So I was forced to take a drawing class, and I was like, wait, drawing's kind of cool and chill. What if I like drawing a lot? And I was like, and then as it kind of time went on, I was like, yeah, I like drawing way more than I like design. Like, I don't really like design as much as I did. And so I switched to illustration because I wanted to switch to animation, 2D animation, but I didn't think it could get in because I had literally just started drawing. Like when I had that realization was when I started drawing. Like I really have not drawn before that at all. So I took the time, I did classes over the summer, and then I was in illustration, and I'm literally a couple days away from, actually, I have one more day of class on Monday, and then I'm and I'm no longer an illustration student because after this trip, after I got home, I had that realization on the trip. I got home crazy, just fucking so much shit happened. It was like, I was so busy, like immediately, mostly because I had homework due over that break that I should have done during the break, but I was so busy with that trip that it was bad. Jane wasn't helping. No, you weren't doing anything. I got back and I had a doctor's appointment, which is not important. But I saw my mother dearest for the first time since the trip. And I was talking and I basically told her that. I was like, yo, huzz. I was like, yo, what if I switched?
Yeah.
What if I wanted to switch majors again? And I had when I switched to illustration, or when I was thinking about switching to illustration, I had like popped that idea, like, yo, but what if I was in animation though?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, that's crazy, you fucking idiot. And she kicked me. No, she doesn't abuse me.
Okay.
But anyway, I basically was like, I said that to her when I was meeting, like, saw her again, and I was like, yo, imagine that. And at first she was like, no, that's crazy. You're crazy. And then she was like, crazy face emoji.
What is a crazy face emoji?
Flooded one of them. Anyway, basically after that, like a day passes or something, I wake up the morning and she fucking sends me this email, which if you don't know, Mother Dearest.
Your mom emails
you might meet. Well, yeah, that is kind of weird. But basically, she emailed me she did her research, which she always does.
Yeah.
And she's a nerd. Yeah. Which is like, shocker, how I came out. Yeah. My dad is also a nerd. Yeah. You need to meet them.
I need to meet your parents.
Actually, that's gonna be I don't want to say that.
That's going to be fun.
I don't want.
It's going to be a fun day.
I don't want to say that you need to meet them.
I want to meet your parents, and then I want to talk about it on the podcast, because that sounds like a really funny segment.
I'm just thinking about how the yard talks about fucking Ludwig's mom all the time, and there's this one bit. Oh my god. Anyway, God, that was such a funny bit. Let me just paraphrase. Yeah. They had Cutie on finally. Cutie is Ludwig's girlfriend, and they had her on finally. And each one of them, without telling Ludwig, made a presentation on why it's not their fault that Cutie hasn't been on. There's been like 100 episodes. Yeah. So they all had like different funny presentations of why it wasn't their fault. And then Aiden goes and he's like, you know what? It is my fault. It's like, and Ludwig, I've been hiding from something from you this whole time, and it's been really hard. Oh, yeah, I remember. And it's been a huge weight on my chest. Yeah. And like, it's like building up, and you're like wondering, like, oh, like, what is this going to be about? Like, you think it's going to be like, oh, like, I've been having a relationship with Cutie. Like, that's what it seems like. And then it basically ends in a your mom joke. Like, it's like, I had sex with your mom. And it's like, everyone's laughing because, like, oh, it's building up. Ludwig is pissed. And Frame 1 calls his mom, and she's French, if you don't know. And she picks up, and basically Ludwig is like, "Oh, Aiden has something to say to you." And Aiden's like, he's like, hey, Paloma, which is her name.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were in New Hampshire, which is where they live? Now I'm doxing them, but whatever. This is verbatim. It's like, do you remember when we visited in New Hampshire?
Yeah.
And she says, do I? Wait, sorry.
Oh my God.
Do I? Wait.
This is gonna be your French accent.
Français. Parlez-vous français?
You guys don't know this, but Ian has a secret French past,
which we will get to in the next episode. She says, do I remember what we did in New Hampshire? And they all fucking laugh because it's basically like, do I remember when we had sex?
Yeah.
Basically, which she did not mean, and English is her second language, I believe.
Yeah.
And so, she just kind of misheard or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just electric.
Yes, of course I did.
Because basically Aiden wins.
Yeah.
Like Ludwig pulls out like, I'm gonna call my mom and I'm gonna make fun of you.
Yeah.
And then he just wins. And it's such a great, they can basically, anyway.
What were you talking about?
Anyway,
went on a 10-minute tangent.
And my mom sends me this long email, which, she tends to do research and stuff for me, which is sometimes I don't really want her to do it, but whatever, she does it. Yeah. And she's basically like, I looked at all these classes and basically she's like pulling out things like, oh, you can take this class if you're interested in animation or this class. But the kind of the end of the email, which is honestly made the whole email basically useless. Like all the research.
Yeah.
Because she's basically just like, if you're so interested in animation and all the classes you're interested in next year are related to animation, why don't you just apply to animation? So guess what I did? I applied to animation. Yeah. Which is, by the way, funny because I think she forgot that the reason why I switched to illustration is because like I didn't think I could get into animation. Like I was interested in animation even then. I was honestly interested in animation when I came to SVA. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But I'd apply to animation. I have to get a portfolio ready, but then I apply, I email this assistant to the chair. I wait, and then he emails me back. We have a meeting. It's in person. And if you're wondering about this process, I will make a video on my channel. That's kind of what I'm really hoping to do over the summer. I have that meeting with him. I think it was planned to be like 30 minutes and it goes for over like an hour.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of good sign. And then for 3 fucking weeks, I was waiting without like nothing. I had nothing to like grasp onto. I had absolutely no idea of like what like was going to happen. And then it was last week, I believe, on Tuesday kind of morning, I get an email. Because another tangent, I'm doing a film, by the way, my first like animated film, like 2D animation. And I'm doing it because of this class called Still and Moving, which I just had the last class today. And I showed like a cut of the film. It's not finished, but I showed a cut of it.
That was with Adelia, right?
Adelia Bug, yes.
Yeah.
Which I held her leg.
Yeah. She showed me you worked on the one film, right? That she was were we working on it together, or you worked on the one with that little creature?
That she just credited me because she asked me for tech support a bunch.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, her film was really cute, actually.
Yeah.
I should put in a link if she posts it. I think she will. Yeah. Anyway, I I am working on a film, and so that Monday I sent Diego, who's the assistant chair of animation, I sent him a cut of that film, which is a rougher state than what it is now.
Yeah.
Because it's like a whole week ago. I sent him that, and then he responds to that on the Tuesday, and he's like, "Yo, you got a meeting with the chair."
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but it was also an email. He probably wouldn't say "yo" in an email either.
But essentially,
But he's like, "Yo, Huz, you got an email with the chair."
yeah.
And now I'm in this weird situation where it's like, technically speaking, that means I got in.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I got in because he didn't say that.
Yeah.
But he didn't say really much of anything. He just said, "Yo, you got a meeting. Like, tell me when you're free so I can schedule it."
Yeah.
Huz. And I was like, okay, Beanos, schedule a meeting is on that Friday. As you can imagine, it's a little bit of a grueling couple of days until the end of the week, but it's fine because I'm busy with shit. That Friday, I go there like way early. I'm like waiting around there. Then I go up to the 7th floor, which, fun fact, used to be my drawing classroom floor, as well as some other things. Completely demolished. It's now only for animation now.
Oh,
and
wow.
it looks beautiful. It's actually breathtaking, like Sabrina.
She is.
Put her there. I'm coming around on her. That was just weird and in all ways. Oh my god!
What?
You
just realized?
I honestly think I kind of just did realize that
there's the audio listeners, and then also I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I have a blanket on my bed that has axolotls on it, and Ian's been holding an axolotl the whole time.
The Minecraft one. Anyway, I get there early. I go up to the 7th floor, and I see friend Ojus and this other guy, which we talked about in when the Basement Dwellers met up just recently. That one guy we talked about. You don't remember the guy that I hate?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, crazy that guy was there. Anyway, I basically have a meeting with the chair, and it goes something like this. She starts by interviewing me, and I'm like, okay, interview. I still don't really know what this means yet. And she kind of just like, she wants to get to know me, like she has already some stuff about me because when I had that meeting before, the assistant chair took notes. So she probably knows something about me. But, she was interviewing me, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what this means yet. And then she goes right from that to, okay, so let's figure out what classes we need to get, like, waived for you. And, like, so that means I got in?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a kind of mind fuck. Like, it was a bit of a shock, like a jarring sort of thing. Because it's like, I have been waiting for, technically I've been waiting for 3 weeks, /4 to see if I could get into the program. Mm-hmm. But really, I've been wanting to get into this program for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. And so that switch of like, I'm interviewing you to, yeah, you're in, so let's, it's just like, huh? She did not say the words, "You've been accepted into animation."
Yeah.
That's
she just
kind of
crazy. Like implied it, yeah.
Like, she seems really nice, or she doesn't seem really nice. She is really nice because I've met her.
But she wasn't like...
It is a little crazy that she didn't
understand.
She didn't even get the formalities out of the way, which basically means I should have known. I should have just been like, I got in when they said you have a meeting with her. Because realistically, she's not going to meet with me to say you're not in. She's way too busy. Yeah. Like, she is really busy. So I should have known, but at the same time, this whole process has been like going through fog. Like, nothing seems tangible at all. Like, it's hard to feel anything. Which kind of sucks. And honestly, I still don't even really know why I got in. Yeah. I'll talk about more of that in my video and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got into the program. I got into animation.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm
so happy for you.
It's fucking.
That's like I know you've been wanting that for so long.
I've been working like a dog.
And you're good. You're good at animation. You've done.
I'm
a
alright.
little.
I'm not. I
From
wouldn't
what I've
say
seen, at least, I really like what you've done.
I have a lot. I have a ways to go in terms of actual like animation skill, like the actual skill of animating. But I will say I have a big love for storytelling, and I've been, always been like watching movies and stuff with my dad and stuff. And like I've always had that kind of creative thought in my head. I've just never been given the chance to really funnel that into something. And so coming to SVA has like made me realize that's like what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm in animation now. I start in the fall as a freshman. So I'm going to be graduating in 2029, which is crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
it is kind of crazy to think about.
Crazy. I'm starting from square one again, basically. I get to do orientation.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's definitely bizarre. It definitely hasn't fully sunken in for me yet. But ever since I've come to SVA, I have become more and more obsessed with animation. Just like as like the artist side of it. I've always been interested, like I've liked animations, but I haven't like really known the art side of animation. And so kind of learning the pipeline, learning the process, like I'm just so much more knowledgeable than I was 2 years ago. And it's just such a crazy jump.
Yeah.
It was nice to hear like recently some people saying like, oh man, like your growth as like a, with your like skills as like a like drawing has grown so much. And it's like, yeah, like I really appreciate that. But this is like a big accomplishment for me. I feel like it's like maybe the hardest I've worked towards something in my life. Just because like of how long it took and like, yeah, it's just like there's all these things that I did that like it really like every class I took, everything I did was in some way trying to get here. It's just that, it was hard to really learn stuff for animation when you're in illustration. There's not everything is really that lenient towards that. But now I'm going to be in the program. So everything I do, I'm going to live and breathe animation.
Yeah.
And storytelling. And so I have to get on it. I have to lock the fuck in.
Which you will.
I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some stuff I want to get better at. But anyway, that's kind of it. I'm gonna make a video like explaining that. It's just kind of funny because I've literally been recording myself kind of through this process like over the past 2 years. And so I almost have a bit of a timeline of like
cool
of that. So we'll see what I can conjure.
Yeah.
But it is crazy. I one thing I really do want to touch on is like in the video is like imposter syndrome. Because I really for a while felt like I couldn't even be in the program. Because if you don't know, the animation program at SVA is like by far the most prestigious in like SVA, which is funny because it's not necessarily like, in terms of like animation programs, like there are more prestigious and more, whatever, like in the world, but for some reason it's still super prestigious, like very hard to get into.
Yeah.
And so I think that really got to my head, and I think it took a lot of time to like realize that I should just apply, and like now that I'm in the program, like I'm definitely feel validated, but it's definitely gonna still be weird for a while. Just like, man, like I've dreamed of doing this and like getting into the program, and like I am in it now. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I think that's it.
That's really cool. Yeah. I don't even know how to transition out of but like, no, you got real. That was awesome.
I'm very excited to make films,
Yeah,
which you have done.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, should I talk about that?
if you want to.
All right.
Up to you.
So yeah, no. So yeah, I'm gonna be a senior next year, and this year is pretty much done now. So now I'm like really focusing on my thesis film, which it I don't want to give too much away just because I don't really. I'm still working on the script. I started writing the script for my thesis film in like sophomore year because I thought it was gonna be I thought I was gonna film it that year. I didn't think that was gonna be my thesis, but I wrote the script and I was like, this is a lot of production. I really like it, but it's a lot of production. I'm gonna need a big budget for this. I'm saving it for my thesis. So the plan is that over the summer I'll like do like some sort of like GoFundMe or whatever and like raise money to make the movie. And or no, it's not gonna be a movie. It's not gonna be like feature length. It's gonna be probably about 10-15 minutes. I think I'm gonna say 10 minutes probably. And it's very post-production heavy. Which is why I should probably film earlier. I'm probably gonna film in like September, October, and then worry about all the post-production stuff throughout the rest of the entire school year. But yeah, I've been recently reworking the script. And my newest draft I think is the best draft yet. I think I want to do one more at least before I really like lock the script. I've already locked some people for crew. I got my friend Jaime to produce, which I want to talk about this real quick too. Ian met Jaime for the first time, which was such a quick interaction, but it was a big deal for me because like
Jaden was making such a big deal out of it. It was a big
deal for me because like it's kind of like if you know friend group A meets friend group B, you know, if you get it, you get it. Like it's like these people don't usually interact, and then you just showed up. So, but yeah, that was cool though. Which I do want Jaime to be on this podcast, which we briefly talked about when we were there. But Jaime on this podcast would be really funny. I think
sure.
I think it would be good. Anyways, yeah, he's producing my thesis next year, which he also produced my most recent film, which is still being edited right now. I don't know if I'm going to release that one on YouTube or anything. I think I don't know. I don't really know yet. But that's yeah. He was good. He was a good producer. And then who else? My friend Nicole is assistant directing. And I still have to work to lock my cinematographer, but I think I'm like very close to locking him. I just got to find out the dates that I'm shooting. But yeah, it's gonna get really real this next year, especially because everyone's gonna be working. Everyone, at least my year, obviously, is gonna be working on their thesis films, and I'm already gonna be on a few sets I know, which majority of people shoot in the beginning of the school year. So it's gonna be hectic. I'm gonna get right back into it when I come back, and I don't know how much time I'm gonna have, like free time. But I know, okay, I'm gonna have a lot of free time just in general because I'm only gonna have 3 classes next year for the first semester, and so I'll have a lot of free time. But most of that free time is gonna be used to be on sets and stuff like that. That's why they give you less classes during your thesis year. And then my second semester, I only have 2 classes.
I'm also gonna have an easy senior year.
Oh, really?
When that happens, it might be part time, whatever that means.
Okay.
I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
That's what it just seems like it might be easier for me.
Probably because in general. You've already done it.
Oh yeah, I have so many. That's a plus, is that I won't have to do humanities for 2 years.
Yeah, because you've already done most of those classes.
Although I think I signed up for humanities this first year, so
which is fine because then you can get those out of the way. There's no way you finished all of them.
God, I fucking hated my humanities class this year. I fucking hate this guy. He made the end of the year miserable.
Yeah.
Miserable. But I will say, I'm so fucking tired right now. It's like the end of the semester has been hell.
Yeah.
It's like so much stuff to do. I have 2 more things, and like it's like, oh yay, 2 more things, but they're one of them is one of the most exhausting things of them all. I think it will be fun. It's like a nice change of pace, especially because most of the end of the semester has been animating,
Yeah.
which is very exhausting. Especially because like pulling an all-nighter, it's like I basically my animation, my film, I was overzealous with it. And I knew that from the beginning, and I tried to get enough done, but I don't know. It's better to just do it when you have a little more time, because even that is a little better. I guess I could have undershot and done something like, but I want to push myself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Show me. I'm just so excited for the fucking summer, man. Like, get home, I can play God of War again. I can play Fortnite again. I can stay up till 4 in Discord again.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
can
god, that's gonna be so fun.
edit videos. I mean, there is stuff I have to do, but
Yeah.
I also kind of just want to chill.
Yeah, some time to relax. Yeah.
Please. After this, I'm gonna go home and sleep for like 10 hours probably. And then I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow I've got screenings for the all the films from the first to third years.
Actually, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
There's the thesis films for animation are shown on the 16th. So I'm gonna come back to school for that.
Audio listeners, Ian is beating me to death.
Yeah. That's the sound that you're hearing, audio listeners. It's on the 16th. It is like 6 hours long. Film screenings are long. I'm sure film is like the same, if not longer.
Yeah, no, it's literally gonna be. It's from 2 to 10.
Yeah,
it's 8 hours. Yeah.
It's long. Yeah, you have to be God's strongest soldier to really to stick it out.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited. People have been posting like trailers or at least posters for their films, and I know some of the people who are graduating, not really as friends, but I just know them and their art, and so I'm really excited to see their films, and I know they're gonna be good, so I'm very excited. Also, they give out stickers. That's a cool thing. You make a sticker, for your film, and then it goes on a sticker sheet. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So there's that. Also, we mentioned our friend Dylan. Dylan is coming out with a film soon. Did you see the trailer?
Yeah, I did see the trailer.
It's gonna be so really funny.
It looks so good. Oh my god.
Our like friends voice the characters too.
Yeah.
And I don't know when it's coming out, but the trailer's out, so go watch the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for Dylan's film.
Okay. Okay, one last thing, and then we're gonna wrap.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Is Anthony Poe. Poe.
Oh, I briefly saw this. I was watching I was like halfway through this.
I watched the video is actually good.
Yeah.
Anth Poe was Kid with Crocs.
You don't know Anth Poe.
If you don't know Anth Poe, he was initially he created.
He's a YouTuber.
A YouTuber who created content in college, and then leading up to him graduating, and then he kind of took a hiatus after graduation, but most people thought that was kind of it from him.
Yeah.
But then he came back, and it was a bit of a fucked comeback because he had to apologize, like make an apology.
Yeah.
Like maybe a couple days after he came back, so it wasn't great.
Yeah.
But since then, he has done some cool things.
Yeah.
He's done Cheeseball Man, if you've heard about Cheeseball Man.
Cheeseball Man. So basically in New York, he lives in New York, and he puts up posters like
For
for
events.
events and stuff. Like everyone meet at Union Square or whatever to do this thing at this time. And the biggest one thus far, I think, has been the Cheeseball Man one, where he also does every time he does something crazy like this, it's like what's the word like, and he goes incognito. He's like you don't know it's him
Yeah.
because he doesn't tell anyone until like he posts the video about it. So like there were like theories that Cheeseball Man was Anthro because he just does crazy stuff like this.
Yeah.
Where he just like he's like faceless and then he reveals himself to be Anthro. And so yeah, no, he started like he was on the news about for like an alien thing. Like
Yeah.
people thought like not an alien invasion, but like there was like people thought like there was a flying saucer or whatever.
He was really on the news for the Timothy Chalamet lookalike concert.
Oh my god. That was or contest.
Yeah,
that was probably the biggest one actually.
Why I say concert?
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be cool if it was a concert.
I think
Timothy Chalamet was at that event, and I remember at the what was it, the Emmys or was it the Oscars?
I don't know.
One of those things, like they actually mentioned it on like in front of this room of all this famous people. It's just crazy that a guy who does YouTube got like something he did got that popular. Like insane.
He was the guy who was like he did the Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest, and it was even referenced on SNL, which is so cool.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So that's who Anthro is.
So he did that, Cheeseball Man.
Yeah.
But recently, this person on Instagram has just been popping up, and I think it's also on TikTok. And it's called Kid with Crocs.
Yeah. And
he was putting Crocs on statues. That was kind of his thing.
Yeah.
But the shorts were like really well edited. I think the one that I saw, which most people saw because it has almost 10 million views.
Oh wow.
Is I just put Crocs on this bear. Hold up, I just put Crocs on this bear. I'll put it in if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So first of all, you hear the voice and you're like, that just sounds like a guy. That doesn't sound like anyone that I know.
Yeah.
Turns out
it's Anth.
This person was Anthpo, but it wasn't his voice.
It wasn't?
It was someone his friend voiced over.
Oh my
him.
god.
So Anthpo recorded his voice lines.
He just keeps getting caught.
Yeah, so he basically I'll get to there for a second. He spoke the voice like the way he wants to phrase and whatever.
Yeah.
And then his friend voice records over it, like trying to copy him.
Yeah.
So that the voice sounds different. And the person like Anthpo dressed up in a way where you can't tell it's him and whatever, and he's covering his face.
Yeah.
So basically, like automatically, it's like kind of hard to tell. Also, he animated it, and he had like a little like alligator like character for it. Wait, no, it's crocodile.
I don't know,
because it's Crocs.
Oh my god, yeah, it would be Crocs, yeah.
Anyway, Kids with Crocs posts a thing where it's like, hey, I've actually been sponsored by Crocs this whole time.
Yeah.
And like this was a great this is a great thing for me, and I thank you so much. And it's like, oh, that's like weird, like, but kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of assumed it was something like that because it kind of like where it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And but it was super cool. And then this video comes out.
Yeah.
And then that's like 2 punches to the gut. Because it's like, yes, this was a collaboration with Crocs, but it was also fucking Anthpo. and this is becoming a trend where it's just like, there's this weird kind of specific Anthpo sort of thing. Yeah. It's like he's creating a genre of like person almost, or a genre of content.
And there's a debate. It's like,
like maybe this is
Anthpo.
By the way,
and then it is.
People were commenting under this. It's like, Anthony, we know it's you.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend you go watch this video. It's super crazy, and I'm just still shocked and kind of pissed off. And I hope whatever he does next, I will be able to tell it's him. But honestly, I think he's just gonna try and find a way to hide it even better.
Yeah.
Next time. which is he could be you. You could be made out of cheese.
Maybe it is me.
Yeah, I think
I think that's it.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
I think we're wrapping it up.
The sky is still pretty blue,
dude.
You know what? I think it's because it's fog. Like
Yeah,
fog.
no, I think so. I think because it's
diffuses.
I think it's very cloudy.
Yeah,
it's white, so it's like I don't know. Anyway,
audio listeners, the Empire State Building is by today.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, audio listeners and video watchers, because it's like you can't. It's not in frame.
No, they see.
But the Empire State Building is the bisexual colors tonight. So
is it actually like for bisexuals?
I have no idea. I don't know what that's for.
I mean, you would know.
I like that they do the colors they change it pretty much every day.
Yeah, that's like when I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think that's it, chat.
That's it.
We're gonna wrap it up. Like, subscribe, listen to us, and rate us on your favorite podcast platform. Links in the description. Go support the artists. Love yourself. Shout out to all the moms out there.
All the what?
All the moms.
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
shout out all the moms. We love you, mamas.
And go watch 2001: Space Odyssey upside down.
Sure.
And we'll see you in the next one. See ya.
Bye bye.
Dude, that's like, imagine we do like the Nardwar outro where he's like, doot doot doot, and then he just stand, and then like the rapper or whoever, called like a Two-Face Gene, he like, there's actually this one clip of Nardwar where this rapper has this like really fucking heavy ass gold chain, and he puts it on Nardwar while he's like literally it's like freeze frame like that. And it's just so funny because Nardwar, similar to Jaden, is a very frail man. And so it's just funny, like, putting a big, like, chain on him. Because also Nardwar, he wouldn't wear a big-ass chain like that. And we'll see you in the next one.